Emily was married to Mark. It was a normal, peaceful relationship. They had 3 teenage kids, ages 12, 14, and 17, so they still relied heavily on their parents. Both worked. Emily was a school teacher, and Mark was a skilled mechanic at a large company, earning a good salary. Everything seemed perfect. The relationship was strong and steady until Emily started receiving some strange phone calls. At first, it was their home phone ringing. She'd answer, and the caller would hang up. She didn't think much of it, probably just telemarketers. But one day, the phone rang again, and she picked it up while Mark was watching TV. She answered and started talking to someone, and that's when everything changed. The voice said they were a friend of Mark's, which was odd. Who uses a landline to call a friend these days? Emily found it strange, but let it go. Then a few months later, she was walking home from work when a younger woman, in her early 30s, stopped her on the street and said she'd been involved with Mark. Emily was shocked, stunned, really. The woman claimed they'd been seeing each other for over 2 years. Emily was speechless. She went home and confronted Mark, who first denied it, then admitted the truth. He said it was over, that the woman was obsessed with him, and he only cared about Emily. He begged for forgiveness. She thought of the kids, their shared life, and forgave him. But the other woman kept showing up at their house, claiming she was unwell and needed help. Eventually, Emily gave her money for treatment. The woman disappeared and never returned. Emily said she wasn't even angry, just shocked. And the woman kept saying she and Mark had been together for over 2 years, that she was going through a hard time and needed support. She claimed it was over now and she didn't want to cause more trouble. Mark initially denied everything, but when Emily confronted him with the details, he admitted it. He said he had been trying to end things, but the woman kept calling and showing up. Emily forgave him. She thought about their kids, their home, their life, but the other woman came back again, this time saying she needed money for a procedure. Emily, still shaken and unsure, gave her some cash. The woman vanished and never returned. Almost a year passed. Emily thought things had calmed down until one day she discovered messages on Mark's phone. But this time it wasn't the same woman. It was someone else. Another person. Another betrayal. Emily confronted Mark again. He denied, then admitted it. They argued. Voices were raised. Tears were shed. But again, she forgave him. She thought he had changed. He promised he wouldn't repeat his mistakes. But it happened again. They were distant for a while, but Mark tried to fix things. He took Emily on a trip. Things seemed to be getting better again. Sometime later, Mark had a health scare. Not a serious one, but it left him weak. The kids insisted that Emily take him back home to care for him. She forgave him again. They got back together, slowly. He did physical therapy, recovered, but soon Emily learned that he had never actually broken things off with that last woman. In fact, she came back to visit him. Some months later, while shopping with a friend in a market she'd never visited before, Emily saw Mark holding hands with yet another woman in public, laughing, acting like a couple. Emily couldn't hold it in. This was the 3rd time he had let her down. She asked him to leave, took the kids, told the woman, "He's all yours." Emily was exhausted. The kids wanted her to care for their dad, After all, he wasn't well. But she had no love left. Mark didn't want to live with the other woman. Emily thought about sending him there anyway, but her children resisted. The other woman said she was willing to take care of him, but Mark didn't want to go. Emily asked herself, am I his wife or his nurse? She didn't love him anymore. She only felt sympathy. And yet, there he was, in her home. During the day, she would teach at school. In the evening, she'd come home to cook and care for a man she no longer loved. Some days she'd even see the other woman dropping him off at their house. Once, she told a friend, I don't even love him anymore. I just appreciate how he treats the kids. As a partner, I feel nothing. And now, she's asking herself and others, should I keep living like this? Should I care for someone out of responsibility while he's still going back to her? Because the truth is, Mark wanted it all. A home and freedom, loyalty and excitement.